Atha, then Utajam, the hermitage, Upayatam, approached, Nudevam, the monarch, Pranatam, bowed down, Puraha, in front, Saparyaya, with honor, Paryagrunad, received him, Pratinandhya, greeting him, Anurupaya, befitting the king's position. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Translation: seeing that the monarch had come to his hermitage and was bowing before him, the sage greeted him with benediction and received him with due honor. Please repeat. Seeing that the monarch had come to his hermitage and was bowing before him, the sage greeted him with benediction and received him with due honor. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Emperor Swayambhu Manu not only approached the cottage of dried leaves possessed by the hermit Kardama, but also offered respectful obeisances unto him. Similarly, it was the duty of the hermit to offer blessings to the kings who used to approach his hermitage in the jungle. I will read the next two shlokas. 49. Gruhitarhanam asinam samyatam prinayan munihi smaran bhagavad adesham iti aha slakshnaya ghira. After receiving the sage's attention, the king sat down and was silent. Recalling the instructions of the Lord, Kardama then spoke to the king as follows, delighting him with his sweet accents. Nunam chankramanam deva satam samrakshanayate vadhaya cha asatam yastvam hare shaktihi palini. The tour you have undertaken, O Lord, is surely intended to protect the virtuous and kill the demons, since you embody the protecting energy of Sri Hari. Purport. It appears from many Vedic literatures, especially histories like Srimad Bhagavatam and the Puranas, that the pious kings of old used to tour their kingdoms in order to give protection to the pious citizens and to chastise or kill the impious. Sometimes they used to kill animals in the forest to practice the killing art, because without such practice they would not be able to kill the undesirable elements. Kshatriyas are allowed to commit violence in that way because violence for a good purpose is a part of their duty. Here two terms are clearly mentioned, vadhaya, for the purpose of killing, and asatam, those who are undesirable. The protecting energy of the king is supposed to be the energy of the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. The Lord descends to give protection to the pious and to kill the demons. The potency, therefore, to give protection to the pious and kill the demons or undesirables is directly an energy from the Supreme Lord, and the king or the chief executive of the state is supposed to possess such energy. In this age, it is very difficult to find such a head of state who is expert in killing the undesirables. Modern heads of state sit very nicely in their palaces and try without reasons to kill the innocent persons. Sasansta Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyana Timiran Dasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shri Mathe Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Bhashyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is the chapter, conversation between Manu and Kardama, which is beginning in these verses. So we have seen in the last few verses, Swayambhu Manu, along with his wife and daughter, they started off on a tour in their kingdom. And then Manu approached the hermitage of Kardama Muni. Athotajam. Utajam means hermitage, made up of some dry leaves and such materials. And then Athotajam upayatam nudevam pranamam pra. He is an emperor of the world, and then he is approaching a small hermitage made up of dry leaves. Emperor lives in a big palace with full opulence. He got used to such lifestyle. And then here, he is not only approaching a very humble kutir, a hermitage, but after approaching, Nudevam Pranatam Puraha, he has paid his obeisances to Kardama Muni. Such a big king, and so he is paying his respects to the hermit, the Kardama. And then Kardama Muni also, he greeted him. Saparjaya Paryagurunath. He received him, he greeted him with benediction. Pratinandhyanurupaya. And he gave the due honor to the king or the emperor who came there. So this was the system. The social system was so nicely developed. The social hierarchy and the interactions between the people is so well disciplined. God's creation, He wants the social system to be disciplined, regulated discipline. It is made simple so that people can focus on higher ideals of life. They can think of something better in their lives. If the people are always harassed by the social interactions which are not very pleasant, and they are harassed by the basic means of livelihood, then it is not easy for anybody to focus on absolute truth, reaching the absolute truth, Krishna. These ideals will become very, very difficult. So the material life is supposed to be, simplified. And also it is supposed to be very, very regulated and disciplined like this. So with this such a discipline, it becomes very easy. The social interaction, the social intercourse will become very easy. So for example, here Swayambhu Manu, although he is an emperor, he has no confusion as soon as he saw a great sage like Kardama Muni. He knows that I have to now pay obeisances to him because he is a great sage, great devotee of the Lord. And according to Varnashrama, these such sages and Brahmanas used to give guidance to the Kshatriya. Kshatriyas, they are absorbed in administration, day-to-day administration, so they require guidance. They are busy with operations, but somebody else has to tell this is the right direction in which you have to progress. So, and the sage also, he never saw Swayambhu Manu before. Of course, he knows that he is going to come because Lord has spoken to him already on this. But then he never saw Swayambhu Manu before. But still there is a familiarity. As soon as he saw someone paying obeisances to him, immediately he offered his benediction and then received him with great honor, due respect. So, although the sage is, in terms of the position, he is higher than the Swayambhu Manu. He may be big emperor, but the sage is in a higher position. So, both the sides we see there is an exchange of respect. And the respect is also a due respect. This is a most crucial principle. If any society or community or any social organization has to survive, means there has to be proper respect. And also there is one more element called trust. These are the two elements which are very, very important in the social interaction between the members of a particular society or community. So if there is a proper exchange of these two, respect is there and then we trust. Now Swayambhu Manu knows Kardama Muni is a great exalted sage. He has an implicit trust on the sage. And the sage also knows he is an emperor because after all, unless he is blessed with the energy, the Supreme Lord, unless he blesses, he cannot sit in this position. So he also has a trust. So like that, both of them, they trusted each other and there is a exchange of respect. This is nice. In social interactions, the currency is respect, not money. You can throw money, but you cannot get respect. So that's why this culture, this is an etiquette, and these things will become very prominent in a Vaishnava community. All the Vaishnavas, they should interact with each other with great respect. And such etiquette is considered an ornament for the Vaishnava. As Vaishnavas, what ornaments we have? We don't wear any gold or silver or anything. You don't see any, some big outsiders when they come. Like one person during Bhumi Puja, he came to meet me. One person, and then he is full of golden ornaments all over his body, big all those necklaces, and then so many rings and this and that. All the fingers have one ring, and they're all occupying so much space that is like this. He's like a duck, walking like this is like that. So just showing up, and then he has to have some 2-3 bodyguards because he is openly wearing so much of gold. Anything is possible. So that's one of the ways by which they try to get some respect from the people. But actually, respect should be given as per culture to various people. It's not that in the Varnashrama, the Shudras or the Vaishyas are being neglected. No. Even they were given good respect. It is called due respect. The respect one gives to a hermit like Kardama, and the respect one gives to someone else. Both the cases there is respect, but the due respect is different. Kardama has to be given highest respect. A sannyasi has to be given highest respect. whereas others are respected, but not that level. You see, there is a fineness in dealings. There is it's not that everybody is respected on the same platform. No, there is a proportionate respect. Animals are also respected. It's not that respect for a Brahmana or a Vaishnava and say a respect for an ant, that's not on the same level. But still, animals, like say ant is respected. What is the meaning of respect? The respect is that it has a right to live. That is the respect. We don't trample on the ants or any other living entities, their rights to live. Because if they live, then there is a chance for progress. At the end of that life, that living entity can evolve to the next species. The soul can enter into the higher species, and slowly the soul can reach to the human form of life, where he gets the opportunity to practice this Krishna consciousness, higher consciousness is possible. And if an animal is killed in between, then what happens? Again it has to come back to the same life in order to complete its term in that body. And then if the animal is repeatedly been killed, then his progress is hampered. It has to wait, for completion of the term inside that body. Then again he moves up. So that's why the due respect is very important. And if somebody learns this science, the science of giving respect, then he can conquer the miseries of the life. Narada Muni says, if you can understand how to deal with your seniors, how to deal with your juniors, and how to deal with your equals, then you'll be free from the miseries. See? So, it is an important requirement. Varnashrama is not about equality. There is nothing called equality of all the people. There is only one class. Everybody should be equal. There is no such philosophy like that. And then the philosophy in some of the modern cultures is that even a man and woman and everybody is equal. So these things are unheard of in the Vedic culture. Because by design, there are varieties in this world. Nothing called, everybody is same. The varieties. Somebody is like a rose flower. Somebody is like a jasmine. Somebody is like a, lotus. Somebody is like, there is a variety. In flowers also you don't see everything same. Let us say everywhere you see only rose, rose, rose. You'll get bored. Probably you'll get a disease, some rose disease. Seeing. See, you need variety. If all the varieties can cooperate, and let us say you make a bouquet out of it and keep it at the lotus feet of Krishna, that is the perfection. Similarly, people are unique. Each person is unique, distinct. He brings something to the overall offering. Like that, each person will put in his own contribution, and finally that should be offered to Krishna. This is the idea. Vedic idea is not to artificially make everybody kind of one and then try to enforce a certain rules and regulations like that. No. It allowed each person to blossom, develop at his own pace, on his own terms, and then make an offering to Krishna. See, this is the thing. Current system of this equal thing you see, for example, examinations. There is a cartoon also that there are some few animals are seated. One elephant is there, and then there is one bird, then there is a rabbit, there is a monkey, and all those things are there. Now you need to, you are now testing them. Who is superior? So the test that is given is, there is a tall tree, and the test is that they all have to climb the top of the tree, and whoever climbs it faster, he is the superior. You passed the test. Now who is participating in the test? There is an elephant, there is a monkey, there is a bird. Bird will just go and sit there in half a second. So this equality is not the system. During Varnashrama time, what used to happen is, the guru used to identify, oh, this boy is an elephant, or this boy he has got this kind of a attitude, and then according to his inclination he is encouraged to blossom in life. See, very nice, no? Our inclination is identified. This boy likes to paint, okay, painting. Music, yes. Somebody is interested in Kshatriya types, like there are, particularly in India, you see a certain category of people like Jats, Sikhs, or Gurkhas. They are by nature, they want to be, they have a fighting spirit. They are highly suitable for military and police and such Kshatriya duties. There are certain communities you will see they are very good in business. There are some Agarwals and there are some categories are there. They are very good in business. The brain runs only in numbers. Continuously number, so rotating like that. So this is the inclinations are identified and then encouraged. So it was very nice. So that way the system was simple. But the whole Varnashrama is geared up to satisfy Vishnu, Krishna. Varnashrama acharavata purushena parapuman. Param Purusha has to be satisfied. This is the goal. That's why those things are simplified. And so here we see, after the Kardama Muni offered his blessings, and the king sat down silently. He is not speaking anything, because he knows Kardama is the superior. He has to speak. He is a Chakravarti, emperor. He is sitting down silently, waiting for the Kardama to take the initiative. So here also you will see there is no confusion who has to talk first now. In the modern age, what is happening? The children are not trained up in the educational systems about all this, respect and all that. And that's why many of the children, they don't listen to their parents. In fact, they don't care also. Now, if you see, the summer is coming up, and we conduct our summer camps. And one of the things that we teach is this respect, how to respect your elders and all that. After the first day or second day, the children will go back to their houses, and then they start suddenly paying obeisances to the parents, taking their blessing. The parents will get a shock of their life. They say, what happened to my child? They can't understand. So it's so easy to teach, but there's nobody who teaches such basic things. Culture, the character of a person, he is sidelined. That is not been given higher preference. It's about marks and money and power. That is the... So here the Kardama Muni, he takes the initiative, and then Slakshnaya Gira, in a very pleasing words, now he starts speaking to the emperor. He says, immediately he recognizing the king's position, Nunam Chankramanam Deva, O Lord, you are now touring the entire kingdom because Satam Samrakshanaya. Satam means the pious. Your tour is meant for protecting the pious and Vadhaya Asatim, and to kill the undesirable elements. Looks like this matching the Vishnu's purpose, right? Whenever the Lord descends, Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Cha Dushkutam. So, Kardamam is also saying that your purpose is to protect the pious and to kill the impious or the undesirable elements. And then he says, Hari Shaktir Hipalini, because you embody the protecting energy of Sri Hari. See, this is the proper way of recognizing the king or the emperor here. Actually, Vedic culture suggests and recommends that one should see the king or the executive head of the state as a representative of the Supreme Lord. After all, he is seated there by the potency of Lord Sri Hari, protecting energy of Sri Hari. They are supposed to have this protecting energy, and they have that energy, but they sometimes they don't use it for protecting the innocent people and to kill the undesirable. That's why Prabhupada is saying here, it is very difficult to find such a head of state who is expert in killing the undesirables. They don't kill the undesirables, but modern heads of states sit very nicely in their palaces and try without reason to kill the innocent people. Now we are seeing in our modern day descriptions. The other day I was seeing some war-torn place. Thousands are fighting, almost pushing each other to get some few pieces of bread. That is the picture. It's a war-torn territory. People are not bothered. Hundreds and thousands, they die without anybody getting noticed. And the executive heads, they simply sit nicely in their palaces and then they make politics. And then they'll say, oh, you have done this. No, you have done this. But they don't do anything. So this is the... But actually, the king's position or the executive head's position is to ensure that innocent people are protected and undesirable elements in the society are removed, so that there is a peace and prosperity of the society. But in this age, Varnashrama is not there, it is missing. The Vedic principles are difficult to implement. So, if God has to kill all the undesirable elements, then probably nobody will survive. That is why in this age the killing mechanism is to make people chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the only way we can reduce the undesirable influences in the society. Actually, once Sanatana Goswami was, he remains in the house only, and in the pretext of not well, but then he is actually enjoying hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, and there are a lot of Brahmanas who are reading out Bhagavatam to him. Basically, Sanatana Goswami is not interested to continue his service under the king, Nawab Hussain Shah. He wanted to join Lord Chaitanya's movement. But Nawab is not releasing him because he is a key man. He is a key person in the government. He is like a prime minister. And so, despite reminders, Sanatana Goswami is not reporting back. So one day, Nawab personally goes to Sanatana Goswami's house. And then as soon as he enters, he sees Sanatana Goswami is with the Brahmanas, and then there is some Bhagavad Patni is going on. But one interesting thing that happens is, as soon as the Nawab enters, Sanatana Goswami and all the Brahmanas who are there, they immediately stand up and show respect to Nawab Hussain Shah. Although he is a king of Yamana and Mlecha, a cow killer, but still, because they know the Vedic culture, he has been in that position, means some blessing is there. Ultimately, without that blessing, nobody can sit in that place. So that's why they immediately start showing respect. So the devotee's mood is, that is based on Bhagavad Gita shloka, Yad yad vibhutimas sattvam Srimad ujjitameva va tad tad eva gacchantvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. Krishna is summarizing his opulences, and he is giving some examples to Arjuna, and in the end he summarizes this. He says, know that all beautiful, glorious and mighty creations spring from but a spark of my splendor, Tejomsha. So when in a person like Nawab Hussain Shah, he came into the house, they saw that there is a Tejamsha. He is possessing a part of Krishna's splendor, that power. In recognition of that, they immediately showed the due respect that has to be given to a king. So devotees, they are not attracted to the opulences in others, but rather they see that these opulences, the power and whatever that one sees, it is Tejamsha. It is actually a small part of Krishna's opulence, Krishna's power. And so Vibhuti with Sattvam means, that emperor, he got that Vibhuti, a little power is able to exhibit in that particular position. So that is recognized. So devotee, he always remembers Krishna. He won't get diverted by some power shown by some people here and there. If a yogi comes and does some little jadoo, it's not that a devotee gets bewildered. Oh, see, look how much power he has. He rather sees that he got such power from the Supreme Powerful Personality, and as long as he permits, he will be very powerful. And as soon as Krishna withdraws that power, over all his mighty power gone. And very famous examples are there. Like we see one big wrestler. He has become the world champion in the wrestling category, and then he used to say, I'm almighty, like that he used to say. And then recently they posted his picture. He cannot even lift his glass of water to drink. The hand is shaking on it. What happened to that power? So that power has been withdrawn now. The Supreme Lord has decided to withdraw. So that's why we should not be very proud about our position, our power, our adhikara, or whatever that we have got in our position today. A real devotee, he gives the credit to Guru and Krishna. He knows that all these things will fade away one day. They won't be there with us. What is going to be there with us is our real devotion, how much our service we have done. Like Bhakti Siddhanta's today, very humorous example, that every day we have to offer our services. Only that is going to remain with us. It doesn't matter what service it is. He may be rendering his service as a temple president or rendering service as a small bhakta. Both the services are recognized equally. On an absolute platform, there is no discrimination of service. Krishna accepts the service of Radharani and the service of a small ant equally. So this is the beauty of Krishna. He doesn't discriminate that, oh, he is such a great person, so he offered some big service. No. What Lord sees is when you are getting some result and you are offering to him, he sees what is your bhava. How you got that result, that's what he sees. How is important in our culture. Outside world they say you do any damn thing, you get the fruit. Every quarter the turnover should increase, that's all. We don't care. But here it's not like that. How you actually get the result is important. Krishna enjoys that journey that we are taking. While doing all this, our endeavors, if you depend on Krishna helplessly, because you have no other option, you have no faith on your own ability, we depend on Krishna. And then keep doing our services, waiting for Krishna's causeless mercy to appear. And then once it comes, devotee becomes very happy. Because of the reciprocation, not that because he gave result, oh, Krishna reciprocated. Results will come. If a devotee is in a good devotional mood like that, then results will come. Automatically they will come. It is their mission. We are assisting Prabhupada in his desires in this particular location. We are assisting Srila Prabhupada on a day-to-day basis. And Prabhupada is managing the yatra, which direction to go, what to happen next, is managing. And where is he managing from? In the southwest he is there. Southwest is the location for the main administrator, main leader to sit. So Prabhupada is the leader. And we are all helping. You see, yesterday also in the courts, Prabhupada is saying, you are all assisting me. You are helping me in serving my spiritual master. So Prabhupada is serving his spiritual master. He is very desirous that his guru be popularized. He is desires to be implemented. And so he will be happy. If we can assist Prabhupada in his mission to spread this Lord Chaitanya's mission. Any questions? Shri Prabhupada ki jai.